Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. Before I get into the main subject of this video, I wanted to let you know that on my Canadian Studmuffin channel, I will be posting this interview, my second interview with Madeline Boccaro. Today is Yoko Ono's 93rd birthday. This is the book Madeline has written on her, and there's a new book coming out for next year. So please check out that channel whenever it's posted today. So, every day I receive, I would say maybe hundreds of comments on, not just my most recent video, but older videos or whatever on both of my channels. And most of the comments are always, supportive or, just interesting to read. Some people might not agree with me on music, but they're nice about it and they give their own opinions. And then you get people who don't even focus on the main subject of the video. They will talk about the way you look, the way you present yourself, sometimes your personality or whatever, but your looks. And as my loyal viewers know, I've been attempting to grow a bit more of a beard. I've never had it this long before. And, I'm going to be 68 soon. And I thought, you know what? you get tired of the same old look all the time. And I thought I would try and grow my beard out a little bit, even though it's messy. I do shave under here and try and keep it fairly neat, but it's probably not the greatest beard. I know that. And, it's not an ego thing because, of course, I want to present myself and look good on YouTube, but I don't care if somebody doesn't like the way I look. And since I've been growing this messy little beard, I haven't received any positive comments, but I've received just two negative comments, and they're from men. And I'm going to show them here. This first one, it was about my, reaction to Mean Mr. Mayo's video. And I thank Joe again for responding to it. So this John person wrote, I agree with Mr. Mayo, but you also have the right to do what you feel you need to do. More power to your members that enjoy it. If you need a donation for a new razor, let me know. Don't get offended and make a video of my post. You look much better without the beard. And so I replied, I think it is rude to tell someone they don't like the way they look. If you don't know them, especially, just online. I would certainly never do it, but to each their own. I've never had a beard, like this long. So at the age of almost 60, I figured I would try to grow one longer. Thanks. And then he did reply back and he said, kind of apologized and said, I wasn't trying to be rude. And I just replied back, it was rude. And then he deleted his whole comment. But I had saved this because I want to make a video. And, this is even more direct. William Sullivan. Larry, you need to shave, bro. It makes you look older than you are. You're turning 68 in February. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot. And I'm turning 68 in June. It sucks getting old, man. And I replied back, I think I will listen to my girlfriend Molly and myself before some stranger on the internet, gives me advice for my appearance. Perhaps focus on the topic of the video instead. Thanks. It's just for me personally, people have some nerve. Like maybe you would. I don't think most of you would, though. Most of my viewers would. You go on a channel and, maybe you're familiar with the channel, and then suddenly they've shaved off their mustache or they've grown their hair or whatever, and you tell them about their appearance. I don't like you shouldn't have shaved off your mustache, or your hair is too long, you need it cut. I just think it's really, really rude, and it's really none of their business. It's just like with my girlfriend Molly. A few years back, she cut her hair short, and just being honest with her, I said I do prefer it longer, but it's up to her how she cuts her. If she wants to cut her hair. Same with me. Molly will tell me her preference, but I'm free to do what I want. But I did ask her today because she really hadn't said anything about me growing this, and she just said that she wishes she was here to trim it a little bit, but she does like it, I guess. But I have decided I am going to shave it, most of it, and you'll get to see it before the end of the video. And I hope that William and John are happy. But I would just love your thoughts on people like this that criticize the way you look, right? It's just something I would never do. There's certainly times, I'll watch a YouTube channel and I'll think, oh, that person looked better, without that beard or whatever. I'm not going to leave a comment like that. It's their own personal business, right? And I like, like this. I like running my hands through my beard. But yeah, I do kind of like it. It's messy. I realize that. It's just the way my beard grows. But probably since I was a kid, I always, maybe it had to do with Sgt. Pepper and the Beatles growing mustaches. It's like, oh, I want to have a mustache. And then it took me years to try and grow a mustache and whatever. But yeah, I've decided I am going to trim it. And, but it's not because of these people. It's more, I asked Molly and she said, yeah, you trim it a little bit. So I am going to do that. And then, at some point, maybe when Molly and I are together, she can help me to decide what length and all that and keep it nice and tidy and all that. But yeah, people can be annoying on YouTube, as if you have a YouTube channel. And what you have to also realize is I get, like I said, lots of comments every day, and most of them are good, but I still have to deal with some idiots. And I don't talk about all of the idiotic comments that I do receive, but sometimes it's fun to make a video on it. So I'm gonna keep recording here, but I'll edit it, don't worry, and I'm gonna trim it a little bit. Looking good. Anyway, and by the way, when I say that, I'm joking. So I actually shaved it a bit more than I wanted to. I do have a complaint about the shaver I have. I bought this maybe 3 years ago. It's a Remington shaver. And it's the worst shaver I've ever had. I definitely need to get another shaver. The issue is, you set it to whatever number here. And slide it up and down. That's what she said. So say, for instance, there was kind of recently when I was shaving my partial beard, trimming it. And I had it on a certain setting, and I didn't realize, but this moved because it's pretty easy to move when you're doing this and you don't realize it. And so at one point, I'm shaving too much on the one side, and it's all lopsided, and it's like, so I had to trim more of it, right? So, yeah. Maybe Remington makes good shavers. It's just that this particular one, I don't know what I paid for it, maybe $50. I'm not going to buy a $800 shaver. I'm sorry. But, I have had good, cheap shavers in the past, but this one sucks. So that's it. Just my little, it's not even a rant. It's just, I just wish people would think twice before they leave a comment. And especially, what really irks me is when the comment has nothing to do with the 10-minute video that they were supposedly watching. They just focus on the person's appearance, and it's not nice. So that's it. Thanks for watching. What's that? Grow my beard? Okay. Bye.